unfortunately died due to an accident somewhere in Jharkhand. We are in touch with our branch office, which is in Calcutta, to provide all the necessary assistance. We are also in touch with the Myanmarese embassy here to provide them all the support which they would need following this incident. On the issue regarding missing Indians, some of you may be aware about the ongoing visit of our Minister of State for External Affairs, Dr. V.K. Singh, to Iraq. In fact, yesterday he was in Mosul. And you are also aware about the circumstances under which we had sought DNA samples from the next of the kin of the missing Indian nationals. The purpose of MOS VK's visit is to talk to people. He has met a range of people in Iraq, and also to get an update on the 39 missing Indians in Iraq. Akhilesh ji.
So, President Xi Jinping has again been elected at the same post where he was, and he is told to be more strong than he was earlier. So, and in his statement yesterday, he has told that PLA should be combat ready. So, don't you think that it is again provocating a statement for China after the Doklam standoff?
Akhilesh, what I can share with you all is that our Prime Minister had sent his best wishes to President Xi for the success of the Congress before the Congress began, and subsequently Prime Minister also congratulated President Xi on his re-election as the General Secretary of the Communist Party. We hope that the direction and the policy set by the Congress will further promote our bilateral relations and contribute to peace and stability in the region.
Sir, the new Pakistani High Commissioner called on External Affairs Minister 2 weeks ago. So what transpired? Was Kulbhushan Yadav also mentioned in the discussions?
This matter, I think, came up and it has already been discussed by the Pakistani side themselves. You see, whenever a new ambassador or a high commissioner comes, there is normally a courtesy call which he requests on the External Affairs Minister. And in such a courtesy call, nothing substantive is discussed. And the call on by the Pakistani ambassador, high commissioner on EAM was in the nature of a courtesy call.
Sir, my question relates to EAM's recent visit to Bangladesh, where apart from JCC, she has also met many opposition leaders there. One of the leader party, BNP, they are demanding, they appeared in the Bangladesh media that they told to the EAM that they want a dissolution of this government before the general election, and a caretaker government should be installed. So what is India's view on this issue?
You know, we have issued a very detailed press statement. One was, of course, the press statement made by the External Affairs Minister herself, and also a press release issued by our High Commission in Bangladesh. And it basically lays down the contours of the discussion which unfolded between EAM's meeting with her counterpart. There was a separate press release issued by our High Commission, which touched upon EAM's meeting with the Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina. EAM did meet the opposition leader, Begum Khalida Zia. She is not the opposition leader, but she is the chairman of a political party now. EAM also met the leader of opposition later the same evening. Several issues were discussed, basically focusing on how to take the relationship forward, how to work on the agenda of advancing and strengthening bilateral relations between India and Bangladesh. Srinjoy?
So, extradition requests often go through you, I mean the Ministry of External Affairs, and one request for Christian Michel was turned down because there wasn't adequate evidence that was given initially. Apparently, a second request is also being readied. Has it already reached you and to the authorities, the British authorities, or is it on the way?
You are right, Srinjoy, that the extradition request comes to us. It is routed through the CPB division. On this specific case, I will have to check with the CPB division and I will revert to you. Yes.
Sir, can you please brief us about the series that you were talking about on Twitter? Ask the spokesperson what will be the frequency, what is the idea about it?
Today is the first, time we are doing it. So today is the first session. The idea was, of course, to give a chance to a layman, somebody who does not understand the nuances of the foreign policy, like all of you do here, and give them a reply which is in very simple terms. For example, if somebody asks me about India-Russia relations, I will try to give them a response which is very simple and perhaps try to connect to the relationship at their level. We have not yet thought about the frequency, but it will be perhaps once in 2 to 3 months.
How long?
Once every 2 to 3 months. This I will be taking around 8 to 10 questions. Because a lot of questions have come to us. So it has to be selective, and I have to be selective in terms of selection of the questions. But I go live via Periscope. No, once in 2-3 months. Once in 2 months, let's see. So I have decided already it will be once in 2 months.
What is your response to the Japanese foreign minister's remarks to a Japanese daily suggesting that there be a dialogue between India, US, Japan and Australia?
Thank you very much for your question, and I have something for all of you. India is open to working with like-minded countries on issues that advance our interests and promote our viewpoint. We are not rigid in this regard. Because of our broad acceptability as a country, there are a number of such initiatives which we are part of. For example, we did the trilateral meeting with Russia and China last year, and this was on the topic of Asia Pacific. We also do an India, Sri Lanka, Maldives trilateral on security matters. We have been doing India, US, Japan for many years now, and recently we have started India, Japan, Australia. We also have India, Afghanistan, Iran, and we are looking to hold the India, US, Afghanistan meeting. All these meetings are conducted at different levels. As far as we are concerned, we have an open mind to cooperate with countries with convergence, but obviously on an agenda which is relevant to us. I have answered whatever I had to. So it is up to you to interpret from my statement. You have asked your question, right? Just hold on. Yeah.
The French defense minister just visited, and she's made a comment that India and France will be having an ambitious global security and defense partnership in the Indian Ocean.
One lobby which always wants to do everything to deride the